Wow, it is Wednesday morning. How is everybody doing? We're going to talk about sports card investing and why I am not sleeping on numbered cards. Personal finance dad joke, there is safety in numbered. Oh yeah, yes. Hello to all my sports card collector, investor, all of my collectibles friends. I hope you guys are doing amazingly well. It is hump day. It's Wednesday. We're getting through this week. Everyone is probably ready for the end of the week. I'm kind of excited for the weekend, frankly. We've got some plans this weekend I'm looking forward to, some family plans. I want to talk about a really good buying experience I had from someone on Instagram. But before we start, this video is sponsored by Otis, a magical place where almost anyone can buy and sell shares of rare collectibles, including some pretty amazing sports cards, sneakers, and art. You simply download their app and sign up is free. Here's a quick look at the Otis app. As you can see, they've got sneakers, rare sneakers, graded comic books, graded video games, various art options, as well as sports cards. There's new assets launched in the app weekly for you to buy shares in. You can also buy shares of previously launched assets from other Otis members. And there is an offer right now to get your first share free when you first fund your account. Guys, you know that I am big on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. I have their action figures from 1988, the first editions, and their first appearance is in their 1984 comic book, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. It is a scarce book. There are 28 on the census report in a 9.8 condition. Otis has a copy of this book. I don't see myself having tens of thousands of dollars to be able to buy a copy of that book. And so it's great to have the ability to buy shares of a very unique piece. If you are interested in seeing what Otis has to offer, please visit the link in my video description. Huge thank you to Real Asset Collector on IG. I just recently met him. He had reached out to me and I noticed he had some cards that he was selling, and there was one in particular that stuck out to me. Just thought it was a beautiful card aesthetically. It happens to be one of like the 9 modern players that I'm buying here and there. I wouldn't say that it's kind of like as it comes, I'll buy it if I really like it. So the one card in particular that I got from him is a 2015, look at the shine on that beauty, 2015 Devin Booker Rookie Card Select. It's numbered out of 99. I would assume this is the purple. It doesn't actually say purple. Pink purple. It looks purple. It's definitely the purple out of 99. It's numbered. It is number 38 out of 99. But man, there's a lot of talk too about Select kind of really gaining a huge amount of traction in the hobby. And there's no real surprise as to why. I mean, aesthetically, these cards, this is also a player-worn material. So he might have worn this in a game. He might have worn it for 2 seconds while they took pictures. But either way, it's player-worn material. Anyway, Select stuff is it's great, especially if you go back 2015. I actually have 2015 Select soccer cards as well, which I have blue prisms of these, and just the blue, everything. I mean, the cards are just unbelievable. So 2015 Select football, basketball, soccer, whatever it is, really nice looking cards. This card, I got this one for $275. I felt like he gave me a pretty good deal. I looked at comps and there was a PSA 9 that had recently sold for $410. And this one, it does have a slight corner, and he was really transparent with the condition. It's not going to be a 10. If I send it in, it's not going to be a PSA 10. It's just not. So it could be a 9, maybe an 8. But to be honest with you, I just wanted to have the numbered card. Even if this was a BGS 8 or whatever, I would still want to have the card because it is numbered. And I guess that's what we're going to be talking about today, guys. It's really kind of, I've shifted mindset, and not totally shifted. I've been buying numbered cards, but especially now as we kind of talk about the overprinting or the abundance of printing, and then also the amount of slabs that are sitting at PSA and that are going to be coming back here over the next couple of years, it's going to be staggering, And so to me, for my investing, for my sports card investing, there is safety in numbered cards for me. And so whether it's a player, whether it's Devin Booker or maybe another player that you really like, I mean, for me, that has really been kind of the way that I've been going. Also, shout out to Real Asset Collector as well. So in that pack, he sent me a nice note. He also sent me a pack of Nintendo cards from 1989. I remember those. And then he also sent me some Saints stuff. He knows I'm a huge Saints fan. 89 score Dalton Hilliard. I love 89 score. Ricky Jackson, one of the greatest linebackers of all time, the action pack stuff. This is so sweet. And then 82 tops, Ernie Jackson, and then also Rod McNeil. 82 tops, one of my favorite sets with the LT rookie card. I've got a few of them. And then also the 82 top sticker of George Rogers. So just a real pleasure dealing with him. I appreciate it, man, if you're watching. Real Asset Collector was a class act to work with on IG, and I don't do a lot of IG buys or sales for that matter. So that was a good experience, wanted to share it. Along the same lines of numbered cards, I made a video a few days ago about Tom Brady. This was one that I was really, really excited to get. Some of you might think that I'm like nuts to pay what I paid for it. But again, it kind of falls into that scarcity element. And what it is it's a PSA 10 2016 Brady orange refractor, which I'm a sucker for orange prism. As you can see, obviously, I've gotten a bunch. I've showed them on the channel as well. But I paid $575 for this puppy. Pop count obviously is going to be low. It's numbered out of 299, so there's only 299 of these. And then, of course, the 10s, I think there's less than 30 of these that are out there now. Of course, there's probably some still in wax, etc. But again, it's part of my long-term plan with Tom Brady. I don't have a lot of long-term plans, but Tom Brady is that long-term play for me. So we'll see what happens. But I just have this feeling that 10 years, 15, 20 years down the road, the scarcity, and then just kind of the documentaries and all the other stuff. I'm not a big believer that documentaries make any sort of difference, but I do think that people are really going to appreciate Tom Brady down the line. I think that he's still playing. He's still kind of doing his thing. It's kind of old hat. Everyone expects him to be so great. I think that 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years down the road, people are going to really remember and be like, wow, remember that dude? That dude was insane. And also, I think that card markets are going to be cyclical, meaning that I think that we're in a boom card market right now. And then I think that it's going to cool off for a period of time. I think it'll be fairly soft. I'll be a big buyer during that time. But then I think it'll come back around again because cards have been around for over 100 years. There's a nostalgia factor that goes back generations and generations. And I think a lot of this Prism stuff from 2012 to 2020, the 13-year-olds right now are at one day going to be my age in 25 years. And I think that this is the sort of stuff that they're going to be thinking about. Oh man, I remember that. I remember Tom Brady. I remember those, that stuff. I think it's going to all happen again. And so I'm just getting it now. So it might seem like a lot of money now, but I think that I'm taking the risk that it's going to be okay long term. And frankly, again, we always talk about be happy with cards that you could be stuck with. I love the aesthetics of the card. The player, you can't argue with the GOAT. And so that's where we're at with it. So numbered cards for me have been really kind of a big focus over the last few weeks, over the last few months. And so that's what I'm going to continue to do. I know I really talk a lot. I'm probably preaching a little bit about scarcity and supply and demand. But I think that it's going to become more and more relevant here in the near future and in the long term. I just think that scarcity is really going to matter. The high-end sales are always going to stay high because of the scarcity of those cards. And yeah, people say like, oh, well, the PSA 10 Michael Jordan went to 700,000. Then it's back down to 400,000, 500,000. That's still 10 times what it was 2 years ago. I mean, it's a retracement back to what? 1,000%, a gain. I mean, it's silly. So the point is that scarcity is what makes that stuff what it is. And so that's the big focus for me is scarcity, supply, demand. And for people that might be new to the hobby, just getting in and trying to figure out ways, I think this video is kind of for you as to, where should I get started? And so I hope that these can be, If you are looking to invest, long term or even just kind of in the short term, there is safety in numbered cards to some degree. Now, look, they are at a premium cost wise. So the fun part is kind of finding that arbitrage, because that will happen with a player that you like. Right now, it's not the greatest time in the world to buy Tom Brady cards. Frankly, they're kind of expensive right now. They just are. But maybe there's a player that you like that you're really set on. Do they have numbered rookie cards? Do they have numbered inserts that you really like? Are they graded, not graded? That's the fun of the arbitrage of sports cards. And they're out there. They're out there every day. There's buying opportunities and selling opportunities every day in sports cards. So that's what makes it so much fun. Guys, thank you very much for joining. I hope that everyone has an amazing Wednesday. Let's make the rest of the week great. Don't be so hard on yourself. Stay confident, stay awesome, and I will see you again later.